Okay. We're walking in the air. We're floating in the blue sky. See if I'm gonna stop being cringe or not. My name is Waffle, also known as Swell on the internet, and today you get to see me be weird because I'm gonna give you guys a good update on how uni's been going for me. I haven't vlogged since the beginning of October, and not really in the mood to be getting back into it. Need to get my phone up because I have written some notes down on what I should be saying. I'm currently filming this on my new laptop that I've had for about a good week, and it's looking pretty black and white here, as well as very grainy, and the lighting from there is literally the vein of anyone's existence. But this is the best I can work with, alright? Before we begin, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe next to it to become part of the Noni family, and the bell next to that to get notified when I post a new video. You get the jazz, don't you? Just because I have not been on it for a while doesn't mean that you don't, that you can get away with it. Again, English is not my first language. Shut up. And with that said, let's begin. So, how am I feeling in general? A lot of things. A lot of things. I don't know where to start, really. When I started uni, I was obviously pretty excited to start a new chapter of my life, plus, no longer be considered a kid, for the most part. Obviously, it comes with being an adult, responsibilities, actually holding yourself more accountable for your work, both academically and sometimes, in your hobbies, if you don't have a part-time job. Like, I don't have a part-time job, so it applies to me. Yeah, so initially I was excited, but also a bit, unsure as to what's going to happen, because obviously it's going to be 3 years spent on $9,000 a year, just doing what I love. And I would like to get my money's worth, make sure that I actually get this under the bag, nip this one under the bag, nip this in the bud. Look, I'm autistic, alright? Don't come to me with those, what you call them, idioms. Overall, I have been all over the place. Like, I can't really pinpoint one single emotion. Like, I'm making this sound a lot more difficult than it actually is, because you can't really describe all your feelings in a couple months, can you? Like, I've been happy that I'm in uni. I've been stressed with the modules, and sometimes I was sad, sometimes I was angry, sometimes I was low-key depressed. Sometimes I've been in love. Okay, maybe not the last one. You never know. I'm not gonna reveal that to you, because I know some people that are watching this right now. They would question me, my tiny existence, if I talk about my romantic life. Even though there barely is a romantic life. But again, you never know. Time to bang on about my university course, and I'm gonna have to have a look at 8 because, it's a lot. Well, in theory, I don't have to do a lot, but it feels like I have to do a lot.
Nice.
As some of you would know already, if you've been watching the last few vlogs I did upload, I'm a first year film and TV student in Greenwich, University of Greenwich, main campus, film and television production. You get the idea. It's basically what it says. We're just studying the art of film and television. Well, the television bit doesn't actually come into play until like 3rd year, maybe 2nd year if we're lucky. But what we learn in the 1st year as far as film goes could be applied to TV in some sense, because it's actually the same thing. It's just the structure, and just the structure of the productions are really different, and obviously the distribution and the exhibition processes are different. But I'm looking into TV. I'll get to that in a bit. Now, there are 4 modules to this course, well, 3 modules and 1 workshop. We come in every Mondays to Thursdays, at least I do, because basically Mondays to Wednesdays we all come in. Thursday or Friday, that's the workshop, the creative filming technologies, and I'll start off with that because it's pretty simple. That's the workshop where we learn how to use certain equipment. That's really it. And we're split into 4 groups. One group comes in the morning, one group comes in the afternoon, on Thursday and Friday. So you have 2 groups on Thursday and 2 groups on Friday. I'm on the afternoon Thursday group, and we're just learning how to use the cameras, the sound equipment, the lighting, how to edit, all of that stuff. Storytelling for moving image, which is essentially how can you tell and show captivating stories using film in particular. And we go deep into how storytelling works, like how narrative works, and 5-act structures and emotions and effects and a lot of stuff. The unity of time, the unity of place. I'm waffling based on all the lectures that we have done so far. We'll be here all day if I keep banging on about that. But yeah, that's Monday's lecture. That's 10 to 1. First hour, we just listen to the lecturer, or we watch the lecturer just talk to us about the particular, what is it called? The topic. We watch a movie for the rest of it, and then if we still have time in the lecture, we just talk a bit about it, and then the seminar is where we talk about the movie in depth and how we can apply what we learned in the lecture to that movie. My seminars are 2 to 3, so feel free to check me out. Tuesday, that's the most interesting thing, because Tuesday's module is portfolio production. That's where we actually create our films and everything. So, same thing, 10 to 1, except it's a 1-hour lecture from 10 to 11, where a lecturer just bangs on about aspects of the form of filmmaking that we're exploring each term. In this term, we're doing documentary. So our lecturer just, talks to us in the lecture about how documentary works, how you can do it well, how a production crew can do documentary. And then we have a 2-hour seminar where we break down said lecture in greater detail, and we sort of start to devise our own plans for how we want our documentaries to go. Now, Monday's module, we have to do a critical essay based on the movie that we've watched during the lectures, compare 2 scenes from said movie, analyze them, compare them, all that stuff. So that's Monday. Obviously, you did it on your own because it's an essay. Tuesday, we're filming a documentary, so obviously you have to be in a crew because we've only got like a good 2 and a bit months to be filming and all that. So that's what we've been doing mainly, is filming the documentary. Wednesday, screen histories. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock is the lecture. And screen histories is basically where we just learn about the history of cinema and genres in film. That's literally it. 10 to 12 is our seminar, and we just talk about what we learned in the lecture and about what movie we've watched, because like Monday we have to watch a movie, or watch a movie or TV episode assigned to us by the lecturers. Now for Wednesday, we have to do a video essay, which is essentially what I'm doing right now, but if this was an essay, combine me talking to a camera with, essays, and you get a video essay. Look, you see a bunch of them on YouTube, you know what I mean. In this case, the video essay, we're put in pairs, 2 to 3 people at a time, and it's just a film, a TV episode, what's heavier, a web series even though web series don't really count as a thing these days, do they? The only thing we have to do for Thursday is build our portfolio from that. From every single week that we turn up at the workshop and learn the stuff and we film and all that. And we collate that and we give them to the workshop leader. Is the course hard? Well, parts of it are. Parts of it is pretty easy. It's a good thing that college has given me enough knowledge about media, especially in film, to, somewhat get by. Like I understand a lot of the terms which the lecturers bang on about, but there are some things that are pretty new to me, and even the stuff that I know, or at least feel like I know, well, they teach that with such great intensity that it's like, oh my god, college has never taught me like that. And sometimes it does overwhelm me a little bit because am I used to it? Not really. Especially since back in college, it's basically me and probably 10 other people with a teacher. And that's it. Here, upwards of 30, 40 people showing up in the lecture room, and then half of that show up in the seminars. To me, that's just foreign. Like, you'll probably remember this, but in college, our classes is basically like 10 people max. At this rate. Well, at that time, because, people just quit college for whatever reason. And the point is, there's not many people in class compared to what we have in the uni lectures. In the tutorials in college, there was way more, like the online tutorials that we had during COVID. Up to 52 people in the register, which doesn't make any sense to me. Apparently, that's only a bit above our average for how many people turn up to uni, which is insane. It is insane indeed. But we move. That kind of sort of leads me on to my social life, which, as well as my emotional state, sort of all over the place. When we're in class, seminars, lectures, workshop, whatever, I do tend to talk a lot. Not that I'm a chatterbox, but I tend to contribute quite a bit. And I'm proud of that because, before then I wouldn't have actually been the kind of guy to just talk lots, for fear that would be wrong and whatnot. But now I just, speak when I can. And if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
If I fail, I fail. If I pass, I pass. Do you get it?
And they can correct me or be like, it's your opinion. That's fine. That's the beauty of university, is that they don't really goad you for your opinions. In fact, they highly encourage us to speak, as long as it's in topic, or maybe a few tangents here and there that lead us back to the topic. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my social life. I go on a lot of tangents, don't I? I tend to talk a good bit in class because I can, but when we're outside of class, I'm kind of Marmite in that sometimes I feel like I can talk and that, I can bang around with my friends and just chat about life and all that stuff. Other times we leave class, I just leave them, to be on my own, or maybe to be with Aisha, who is the one constant in my life these days. Yeah, sometimes I like being on my own. Yeah, it's that introverted side of my autism. Where it's like, I'd rather be on my own sometimes, like, collect my thoughts. But in other times on my own, I'm like, I'd rather be with people. But I don't know how to ask people if they're free without sounding desperate. And then as a result, I just keep myself to myself. And it's like, sometimes I like it, sometimes I hate it so much. And just talking to strangers is really difficult. Plus, I don't want to be that kind of people that's surrounded by many friends. Because I'm not going to talk to most of them outside of uni, am I? Ironically, I am surrounded by many friends. When I say friends, I mean classmates who I'm very, very friendly with. Would I count them as friends? A handful of them, I would say I'm friendly with. about half of my course, and I would say I'm friends, like seeing them outside class and having fun with them and talking to them almost regularly, uh, with a handful of them, and that's excluding Aisha, because she's doing a slightly different course, media and communications, and we still talk to each other on the phone every single day, and we see each other like when we do. So anything else I gotta talk about really? Oh yeah, passion projects. I say that very passionately, don't I? As some of you would know, I am, a creative person. Clearly, I'm creative. Why would I be doing YouTube if I'm not creative? But my main aspiration in life is to have a TV show. Oh, hello. I've got a school drama that I'm working on. As in, it's in writing. There's also like some UK version of Power Rangers that I want to do as well, which is also in writing. But the I prioritize the school drama. Seems more immediate since that's somewhat easier to do compared to Power Rangers, which is literally already a thing, but by other people. So the copyright will have to be a worry in 2040. I know. I'm thinking about 2040, aren't I? Oh yeah, I didn't tell you, but I got a gym yesterday, and I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. But to come back to the topic, my main thing is that I want to get TV shows out there. So it frustrates me a little bit that we're not covering TV this year in uni, but at least I can look forward to it coming, in later years. And film is still great, don't get me wrong. It's just I'm more of a TV person. I prefer to watch TV or, just go on YouTube. Do you have any other passion projects? Not really. I do write poetry sometimes, and I do have. And I was writing books in the past. The TV shows literally came from the books that I was originally writing, that I decided, nah, it'll be much better as a TV show. So that's kind of in the car park at the moment. Obviously, I do have the podcast, Swikers Converse and all that, but it's hard for me to even bother doing my research on topics like, what's going on with the UK economy, especially the economy. Like, it was in tatters, bro. It was in tatters. We're not going to talk about that because it would be all day. As for YouTube, I don't know. Will I continue to put videos on YouTube? Yes, no doubt. Like, I'm not gonna quit YouTube just because people don't tend to watch me. Although I guess part of me does prefer, this relative solitude. Me and 56 other people watching me. Which, whilst that's great, at least I've got an audience to, perform to. It's not really that big, is it? And most of said audience don't really pay attention to me anyway, so yeah. Is it a lost cause? Don't know. But I do this for me. I make videos for myself. And if any of you decide to watch them, that's a great bonus. I'll be ecstatic if you do watch them, please. But honestly, no shade if you don't watch them, because half of my stuff is a bit all over the place, to be fair. I'm not going to be as consistent as I used to be. And that's not really saying something, because I'm never usually consistent anyways, but with uni being on my tail all the time, it's best that I don't upload as often as I used to in college. Like, college days is probably going to be the peak of my upload ratio. At most, I would upload every week. At most. But it's not often that I upload every week. A lot of the time I do upload every few months. Or monthly if I'm lucky. But, I'm busy now. So, I'm not going to find much time to vlog. Plus, with my phone starting to get old, it's not really worth it. Although I'll probably continue the YouTube shorts that I've been uploading recently, which I am enjoying. It's literally just 15 seconds of me, or 15 seconds or 60 seconds of me just waffling, or just random stuff that I film because, yeah, it's my life. So at least that's popping off a little bit for me. I don't know if I want to really put my uni friends in the vlogs or in the shorts. I mean, I could ask them if they want to, then cool, but I don't know, it's just feels a bit awkward asking people if they want to be in my videos or not, so I just tend not to put them in my videos. But if that happens by accident, then it's what it is. Honestly, I just don't bother. Do I will definitely upload on here next year, but just know that I'm going to be as sporadic as ever. So you might as well just go on my Instagram, at @SlyMatch02, and you'll be able to find me there. You know, I do tend to post Instagram stories of me being in uni, me being in bed, me waffling around, whatever. My whole life is on Instagram at this point. So really, Instagram is the place for you to find me. YouTube in 2023 is whiffy. Like, I'll upload next year. Don't worry about that. Just don't expect it to be anytime soon. Alright, cool. Maybe during the summer, I'll be free to film. But what can I film if there's not much for me to do in the summer anyways? I got lots of time to do stuff, but very little to actually do. I'm gonna end this little update here, because 32 minutes I've been filming. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment down below. Everything you need to know about the description down below. Yeah man, now go. Now, I'm gonna go and I'll most likely just sit here and watch Gentleman Jack because that show is pretty good and saucy, but mostly good. See you guys whenever, I guess. Alright? Goodbye!